Have you got a squad? Do you want a squad? Do you need a squad in your life?
What? I feel nowadays that it seems to be quite important for people, especially teenagers, again, because of the whole media thing. Because the only reason I know about squads is obviously Kira's 14, and we've had this conversation where she doesn't seem to fit into any of the squads that are at school. She's friendly with them all, but she was saying, I don't think I've got one that I will carry with me forever, like when I leave school, and I thought it was quite sad, really. But, you know, I think it's important to have friends, whether that's a squad of friends or one friend, you know. But, yeah, I think it's quite sad to have this pressure on this whole squad thing at the moment.
Well, I think, like you said, social media, you know, we didn't post pictures of all our friends when we were out on a night out, so if you'd missed something, you didn't know about it, did you?
Wait 4 weeks for snappy snaps to send
Exactly, so there might have been
quality control.
Yeah, there might have been a party like the Loose Women one without me, and I wouldn't have known about it. But, you know, I think kids now, and it's always like, here I am out with my squad, all having fun.
But that's it, social media's all about friends.
Yes.
You know, how many friends.
I think that's the younger group, but I think one of the biggest epidemics in this country and elsewhere is loneliness, particularly in ladies, because more and more ladies are on their own. And it's not age, it can be at any age. I mean, I was talking to a lady the other day, she was only 42, and her husband had gone off with whatever, and she had a loneliness that she couldn't get over, and she didn't know how to. And one of the things she did was go home and have a drink, because that was one thing that would take her out of her life.
Anaesthetise
her, and it would take her out of her everyday life. And the loneliness in this country is immense. I mean, it really is quite... I'm saddened by people. And lots of ladies talk to me because I'm one of the Loose Women, and they say, do you know, when they listen to us, it kind of helps because you know that everybody's in the same boat. Now, what we do about it, I don't know, but it is an epidemic. And it's so sad, and you must always make sure that anybody around you, you know, if you talk to me... I was saying it's funny in the north, you know, people in the north talk to each other all the time, and then they say in the south people don't talk as much, they're not as open and go, are you all right?
Well, it says actually...
do you get lonely? Because I know you've sort of been on your own marriage.
I've been on my own since 2002, which is a very, very long time. I have a wonderful daughter and 2 wonderful grandchildren, so I'm not on my own. They are my life. But, you know, loneliness is a terrible thing, and I'm sure you would all agree. You sit at home, and you know, that space, that headspace, when there's only you there and you can only hear you, and you go to bed, and the next day, and sometimes it's a couple of days, you do feel very alone and very vulnerable. And a gin and tonic will help. That's not a good thing for me to say, because I'm not saying that that's what people need, but what I'm saying is...
it's not the answer.
It isn't the answer, but it sometimes helps a little. But I get lonely, of course, but there are millions of us out there, ladies who are now on their own, more and more and more as the years have gone on, whatever age. You know, it seems to be that from 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, they're more on their own now than ever before. And I think we should all face it and do something about it.
There's some...
What? I don't know.
Very quickly, there are some statistics here. So over 1 million older people haven't spoken to a friend, neighbour or family member for at least a month.
I know, it's awful.
A month of not talking to anybody that you know. It can increase your risk of premature death. And obviously, it says loneliness can be as harmful for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And the one that really gets me was obviously when 2010, 500,000 people of 65 and over spent Christmas Day alone.
Oh, Christmas
500,000.
Day.
That breaks my heart.
Well, I suppose it makes us all think you need to look out for your neighbours and things, don't you? But you were saying about an age thing. I remember before I met Eamon, so I would have been about 35, I'd come out of a relationship, and I was feeling really down because you're in that middle bracket where in your 20s you've got lots of friends to go out with, you know, so... And even if one of the 2 of them had boyfriends, there were enough singletons that you always had someone to go out with. But by the time I got to 35, most of my friends were either married or with somebody and had children. That's the problem. And I remember, you know, Saturday night sitting, you know, watching Casualty with a bottle of wine on my own, feeling really lonely, and to the point where you think, I know that friends would say to me on the Monday, why didn't you call us? We were just in, we were watching Casualty
just saying that.
But
and the other thing is, of course, is that if you're a woman on your own and somebody's having a dinner party, they ain't going to invite you. And then if they do, you feel, oh, they're feeling sorry for me, and you've got that other thing of what do I do about that? Well, I won't go because I know why they're doing it. And then you get this whole cycle that you don't go out because you think, oh, they're only inviting me because, you know, they feel sorry for me. But when you've got, you know, couples going out for dinner, where do you fit in that?
Yeah.
You don't fit in that.
The thing is, I have to say, I don't think drink is the answer. Like you're saying, I understand that it dulls the pain sometimes, but talking is. And I think that's why our campaign, Lighten the Load, is so amazing at the moment, because it's all about, you know, if you're the one that has got your squad, phone that friend up and talk to them and invite them out. And also, don't be afraid if you're sitting at home alone, phone somebody up.
If you've enjoyed that, then why not click here for more? And don't forget to subscribe by clicking here, so that you never miss out on the best Loose Women moments.
The majority of the letters I get in the problem page are either relationship-based or to do with depression or feeling lost. And having that thing of I've no one to talk to. And I always say, you know, have you tried? And it's like, well, no, because they wouldn't understand.
Absolutely.
And I think it is very, very difficult. I think you have to, when you are the person listening, you have to be very aware